All right, now we're doing 6Q statistics for an athletic association. We're given a string like this, and this one's going to be hours, minutes, seconds. All right, and then we're going to have to turn it into something like this, where we have a range like this, an average like this, and a median like this. And then all this is pretty much saying that the only thing we really need to pay attention to is that if the string is empty, we're going to return empty. So we're going to keep it in this syntax right here, normal syntax, and we're going to say we're going to declare a bunch of variables here. We're going to let times equal strg dot split, and we're splitting them by this right here, the comma and the space. So a string of comma and space. Let's do a console.log just so we can test where we go. Times, see if it's working. And it is. So now we've got to take these out using map. So we're going to say dot map element right here, and then we're going to say element dot split. We're going to split that by these vertical lines. Test it out. All right, now we got that. Now we're going to use reduce so that we can multiply this one by 3600 because it's 60 minutes by 60 hours. Excuse me, 60 minutes by 60 seconds plus this by 60 seconds plus these in seconds. All right, so we're going to get a bunch of seconds. So we're going to say dot reduce, and we're going to have a previous and current, and we're going to say previous times 60 plus number constructor current, just like that. Now let's test it out. Man. What's up with that? Let's give it a comma 0. Still nan. What's up with that? Oh, reduce needs to be inside here. There we go. Now test it out. And there we go. Now we're going to sort it to where it's in ascending order. We come down here, dot sort, and then we're going to do A comma B, where A minus B, where we do A minus B. Let's test that out. And there we go. Looks like it's in order. So now let's go on to the next one, which is just going to be a length, and we're just going to do times dot length, and then we're going to have a half, which is going to be length divided by 2, and then we're going to do a math.floor for this. I'll show you why later, of course. All right, and now we're going to get into these range, average, and medians, right? So range is the distance between this one and this one, whichever the first one and the last one. So we're going to say range equals math.max split times. So the what is that called? The spread syntax with times plus, minus math.min spread syntax times. That way, spread syntax takes away the brackets that these are in. So it'll take away these brackets and put a comma separated values. All right, so let's make sure range is good. Range, test it out. Looks good. Now we're going to do average, which is going to be a times dot reduce, and we're going to say p comma c previous, current, where we go, previous plus current, and then we're going to divide that by length, all right? And then we're going to make this all have a math.floor. Math.floor. Let's test that out. Looks good, looks good. All right. And so after that, no, average. Now let's test it out. All right, that looks good. So after that, we're going to say median, which is the middle number in the times. So let's do times. Oops. So it's going to be for odds, for an odd length, it's going to be this number. For the even length, let's say there's a number on this end, it'll be this number plus this number, and then average it, you know. So median, we're going to say length. If length is odd, we're going to say times at half. And if not, we're going to say times at half plus times at half minus 1, all right? Because if this was, if there were 6 here, it'd be 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, so we take this one and minus 1, all right? And then we're going to wrap this thing in parentheses, divide it by 2, and then wrap this thing in parentheses, and do a math.floor. All right. And might as well just bring this down. Oops. All right. And so now we're going, now we've got all 3 of those. Let's check the median, make sure it looks good. Looks good on this one. Let's attempt it with something with longer than, here's 6, 7, 8. They all look good enough. I don't know what they, sure. All right, so now we're going to do the final thing to get something to throw into these right here. So we're just going to make a thing like that, I should say, or something like that. So final. And the final form of it is going to be, first we're going to start off with an array. And we're going to say in the first one, math.floor of n divided by 3600. And let's do, this is going to be a function. So math.floor in.3600. So when they'll put the median in, it'll be the median divided by 3600. And then in the next element, we're going to have math.floor of n divided by 60 for the minutes, and then we're also going to do the remainder of this, of 60. To get the, we're going to get rid of 60 for the hours, and then get the remainder of it divided by 60. And that'll give us the number of hours. And then we're going to come over here, and we're just going to do what is it? In remainder operator 60, just to get the seconds, all right? And so after that, we're going to do a little bit of, this over here. We're going to do some math, excuse me, some map, mapping through this thing, and we're going to do here a little, what is that thing called? Template literals, and we're going to say in here an embedded expression with E in it. And then so we can get these leading zeros right here, we're going to do .pad start. And then we're going to do 2, and the string will be 0. All right, let's test this out real quick, see what it looks like so far. Let's do final median. All right, looking good so far. Pardon me. Now let's join them together by the vertical lines. So let's do out here dot join by the vertical lines. Test it out. All right, that's what we need. So let's come down here, and first things first, let's take care of this edge case. The string, empty string will return string. So let's say if strg equals empty string, whoops, we're going to return an empty string. All right, that takes care of that. So now let's do, let's just type in the console.log the template literal that's going to take care of this. So we're going to say template literal range, and then we're going to have $, curly braces, and then we're going to have final with the parentheses right there. Let's get this, and then we're going to have average, and then we're going to have median, and then inside here range, range, average, median. Let's see if this works. Looks good. Looks good on both. All right, so let's get rid of the console.log. Get rid of this right here. Test it out. What's the problem? All right. Something's wrong with the first one. M divided by 3600. Max. M divided by 3600. What's wrong with that? Instead got undefined. Oh yeah, don't forget to return it. Don't forget to return it. Now what's the problem? Now what are you giving me? Up. Don't forget the colon. There we go. All right. Attempt it. Submit it. All right. And let's go to mine. Just me on this one. Best practice. Very much like it. Feel free to check out all the rest because they're awfully long. And we'll see you next time.